welcome back to another episode of the Geek Podcast.
This is your host, Charlie Radio Williams, and this is Sean-Luc.
Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Podcast.
On Facebook Live.
No, we're not doing live. Not
doing live?
Not right now.
I'm not going to do the rage-inducing that this is going to cause live.
First of all, I love that shirt. That shirt says a lot about the combination of parenting and science. I think that we learned a lot of lessons between a fusion and what happens when you take a beloved child and a beloved pet and you make a chimera. And anybody who says that that's a horrible shirt is a horrible person. They do not believe in the ethics of science and science experiments. Yeah, pretty much that's what I have to say about that. Yeah.
So creativity, you're going with the creativity part.
Yeah, pretty much. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the G is for Geek podcast. My name is Charlie Radio Williams.
And this is Sean-Luc.
And as always, this is a shoot the shit show where we shoot the shit about all things. Well, no, not all things. We pretty much talk about our lives as being geeks, whatever things we want to talk about, we shoot the shit. So it's not your typical geek blurred show where we just talk about comics and movies.
No, we talk about life.
We talk about life. Talk about life.
Like last episode, we talked about COVID and stuff like that.
And hemorrhoids. We talked about COVID and hemorrhoids and blue balls and pains and pre-ejaculation and all the things that kids should not be listening to because this is not. Oh no, we didn't talk about that.
We
stuff?
did not talk about all that. No.
Oh, I thought this was the episode. I
mean, pretty much over time, if you listen to episodes, something like that has come up at least once.
We were talking about things of if this was Jeopardy, I will take things that happen to you once you're approaching 40 for 500. With that being said, did I tell you that maybe 6 weeks ago, well, maybe 4 weeks ago, no, I think it was about 6 weeks ago, because it was definitely before I started running, I blew my back out for the first time.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And when I mean blew my back out, I don't mean, with No,
I know.
No, I went to go bend. I dropped something on the floor. I went to go bend over, and my COVID weight added gravity to the force of my spine, and I threw my back out. And when I readjusted myself, I actually pulled something. So yeah, I now experience what it's like to pull your back, the fear of not being able to realign your back and stand up straight. And yeah, who are you texting over there? Who are you looking at?
I'm not looking at anything.
What's
apparently people are sending messages to our G for G page.
People are sending messages to the G is for Geek Facebook page?
Yes, they are.
Didn't that mean they miss one of us? The one they're missing one of us because one of us is not currently on social media as per the last episode. Yeah,
well, you're still not on social media even now, which I commend you for.
Ooh,
I do commend you for.
Well, keep in mind it's been 2 years since I took Facebook off my phone.
That is very true. And the only reason why you have Messenger is just to communicate with us. And even then, now you just completely went cold turkey on that one.
Well, let me tell you something about Messenger. I pay per month to keep my phone on. No one sends me text. No one calls me. But I pay for a service. So now if you want to get in touch with me, text me. Because I'm paying for you to have this ability to talk to me. And even though I'm using it, even though I'm using Messenger.
That's a bit petty. That sounds a bit petty to me, but I understand.
That's not petty. If I pay $50 to $80 a month for a phone service, and this is weird, right? Because maybe 3 years ago, I would just not give a shit about my phone. And if my phone went off for like a month or two, and I'd be like, I'll pay the bill, I'll get there. But people would never call me. Like I can have my phone turned on for 5 months straight. No text, no call. The moment I don't pay my phone bill and I let my phone go off for a week or two, people are like, we can't reach you. What happened? We tried to get in touch with you. Like, where was this love when I had my phone on?
Have you ever heard of Murphy's Law?
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, Geektopians, Sean is a big fan of Murphy's Law. Sean will message me like, I decided to do this on this day, and because I decided to do this, shit is going to hell. And I'm like, Sean, stop. You gotta be how are you such a positive guy, but you believe in all the negative shit in the world?
Because, okay, the reason why it's a law, even though it's not a real law, but whatever, it's a corollary law, right? Murphy's Law states that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Okay?
Okay.
And if you're set on doing something, and the universe keeps saying no, 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 by throwing a thunderstorm in your way, or by breaking your hand truck so that you can't go to storage a block away from storage. You understand? It's that kind of stuff where anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
No, that just means
the whole idea behind it is not to be negative, but to understand the potential for any errors that may occur.
No, it just means that maybe on that day that was something. First of all, it's okay to readjust your plans, right? Not everything is set in stone. We can't always do the things. Once again, I received a package today. The item I was waiting for, 2-day delivery. It arrived like somebody ran over it. That sucks. But that just means that something happened that was out of my control. I think when you're like, oh, it thunderstormed.
But that was just one instance.
Yeah,
you understand? I'm talking about a whole morning of shit happening.
I think you give too much power into the idea that if something happens, then the rest of your day is just purely fucked.
My rest of the day was not screwed because of that. I was actually able to get a new hand truck. I was actually able to get a new
Did you say hand job?
dresser.
Come on, there are kids listening to this. You're a grown man.
I was able to get a new dresser, which I will be putting up soon.
IKEA?
Right next to this one.
IKEA?
No, definitely not IKEA.
Why not IKEA?
Because one, IKEA is going to be for my computer table.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Okay.
Right? And two, we're getting IKEA for something really big.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's what IKEA is for. Really big things.
But you can't have kids in the house if you get IKEA furniture.
That is true.
It topples.
Or
it's been known. It's been known.
We have to be careful with our cats.
It's been known, but I love IKEA furniture. So I'm not saying that don't buy IKEA because I don't want to get, that's the views and opinions of other people. I'm just saying, that it's been known in the past to be criticized for toppling. I believe that IKEA is some of the greatest contemporary furniture ever made. But yeah, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going with that one.
What in your room is it IKEA?
Everything in my room is IKEA, actually.
Isn't IKEA?
Isn't IKEA? My computers, my tubs for
furniture wise.
What is not IKEA?
Is the bed IKEA?
The bed is IKEA.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
The bed is. Look, I am very loyal to IKEA. All right.
It also helps you. You live real close to it.
If I had my own apartment or even my own studio, it would fully be decked out in IKEA. Just fully.
I don't know. I've never really been that IKEA person. I've never had the IKEA experience. I've never had their Swedish meatballs.
What?
Right?
Sean, we need to go to IKEA together. I need to get us both $200 gift cards, on Sketchfed dime. We go to IKEA and we just, because IKEA is one of those places, and I'm mad that I'm a grown person talking about IKEA, but IKEA is one of those places that when you walk in, you are just mesmerized by the setup. And IKEA is very tricky because it is set up to keep you trapped and to make you buy things. Because if you manage to get past the show floor, which the show floor will just make you regret not owning anything, and you make it to the personal items where you could, finally pick up whatever you need to buy, you will walk around forever just looking at shit that you did not show up for. You did not go there to buy certain things. All right?
It's like going to Walmart.
No, it's not like going to Walmart. Don't you ever compare IKEA to Walmart. I will snuff you like a snuff film from the 80s. If you ever compare Walmart to IKEA. All right? IKEA is one of the greatest establishments ever. All right.
Damn, man.
Yeah. All right, I'm good. That's my rant.
You breathing? You're okay?
This episode of Geek Podcast is brought to you by
Unofficially by IKEA.
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 For all contemporary hood brands.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So what's been going on in wrestling these days?
They have been wrestling in the Performance Center. At least the WWE has.
With COVID off and on. Okay.
Yeah. AEW has been wrestling in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Off and on.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And I don't know about anything else. I mean, you know, as you know, I do another podcast with another AEW wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So watching her progress in the company has been a bit of a treat to see.
Mm-hmm.
She's recently now paired up with Vicky Guerrero.
Oh.
Yeah, Vicky Guerrero went to AEW.
Oh, I don't know why, but okay. I mean, she's a decent manager. I mean,
well, because there's a lot of backstage politics involving that.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, like, it was the best bet for her.
I mean,
yeah.
You know who
Either way,
I
at
would,
the end of the day.
I would like to see go to AEW.
Oh,
Jeff Hardy.
Nah.
I'd like to see Jeff Hardy go to AEW. But I think AEW has too many tag teams.
Well, that's the point. They're emphasizing tag teams.
Yeah.
They feel like AEW with tag teams is the one thing that other companies will lack.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that.
You know, just like the WWE's trying real hard with their women's division to improve upon it.
Mm-hmm.
Like AEW's improving upon the tag team division.
Did WWE finally get rid of Nia Jax?
No, actually, she's in a program with Shayna Baszler.
Oh, jeez, come on, let's get rid of Nia Jax.
No, listen,
She's
you gotta give girl.
Send her back to
training. She's
training.
not like most girls, okay?
Send her back to
She
training.
doesn't take what she's given.
I did see that there are some wrestlers who would like to go back to the NXT brand.
Well, yeah, because one, there's less work, and two, you could do more there.
You know what?
You don't have to follow the WWE style of wrestling.
People I would like to see go back to the NXT brand. Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I would love to see him back in NXT. I feel like he would shine, and I feel like under Triple H's organization with NXT, I just feel like NXT is a better brand than the commercial platform of at least Raw. I think SmackDown, I don't know, like I feel weird about Raw and SmackDown now. I just feel like they're both there's no difference between Raw and SmackDown. I feel like you see it in NXT the most.
Yeah, so there's a big to me, I see the difference. And one of the differences is talent.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few talent that's being exposed upon for both Raw and SmackDown.
Okay.
If you look at it, it's literally the same people over and over again. There's no highlights for new talent because most of the talent isn't there. Mm. Most of the talent is either home or they're just in the waiting, right? And, you know, occasionally you may see one talent pop up here and there. Mm-hmm. Same thing with SmackDown. Now, SmackDown is known for having the younger people, you know, shine. Like, look at Matt Riddle, look at a bunch of others, right? And look at AJ Styles. Like, right now, that man is doing amazing on SmackDown, right? And to me, SmackDown is more of the wrestling brand and things like that than Raw was, because Raw is more of the soap opera drama. Once again, the issue with SmackDown is that the roster there is limited. Well,
SmackDown is supposed to be more sports entertainment.
Well, yeah, because it's on Fox.
Yeah.
Well, you just got to remember, a lot of the big guns, like Roman Reigns, is not there. They feel that because they're immunocompromised.
Sorry, not a Roman Reigns fan.
I like Roman Reigns. He's a hard worker.
Can't stand his intro. Can't stand the Superman punch. I mean, he's a great wrestler.
Did you like
hard
Batista's entrance?
Okay.
But when a lot of your big guns are out or you fire them, like it takes away from the product. Yeah, honestly.
Like Rusev. Got rid of Rusev.
No, that Rusev Day is no more.
I know. Yeah. So we need to put Big E over.
That's the thing. I hope so. Because last week on SmackDown, well, not last week. It was a couple of weeks ago. That he was given the push to do the singles run. Yeah. Because apparently Kofi got hurt. He's going to be out for 6 weeks.
So Kofi and
as of that broadcast,
Kofi and Xavier are out.
Yeah.
So now the New Day is falling, and I love the New Day.
Okay, and it's funny because I like the fact of how Kofi Kingston was like, you know what, you have done everything for the group, and now it's time for you to shine.
Yeah, it's time for Big E.
I have my chance to shine. Now it's because Big E is the most charismatic person there, and he can literally carry a belt. Yeah. I know he could carry a belt. Yeah.
Time to see Big E out there. Yeah. You know who else we need to see out there? Charlie Radio Williams. In our Sketchfed championship.
I do agree. We have not hit that up yet because of COVID and everything like that. But I feel like you want to make it now as good as any to bring that back.
First of all, I do want to say, like, I do feel bad. When we go live on Facebook, we will have Hannibal King, our technician, or our third partner in crime with us. Right now, we don't have him with us. He is missed, especially because he helps to keep the balance between me and Sean-Luc. And don't do that. Don't. He doesn't need that much love. All right, don't.
Hannibal gives me more love than you ever will.
That's good. You get it from somewhere, not from here. That's all right. That's okay. We all know who's the good guy on this show. It's me.
Hannibal?
It's me.
Hannibal?
No, it's me. It's me.
Hannibal.
I make you and Hannibal seem like the blessed because I am such a good person. I'm a good person.
So speaking of good person,
I'm a good person.
Right?
Good.
One, Hannibal, we miss you. Hope to see you again. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you'll be joining us soon.
Yeah.
But for right now, there was something that you spoke about in the last episode.
And
I want to hit up this episode.
Okay.
And it's the fact that you're into writing again.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I am. I am into writing again. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I figured this would be a good segue, because we just jarred out.
So I'm working on some things in the background because I realized that, like, I'm on this wave of creativity, and I have decided. I actually worked on my very first vision board, which I'm almost nearly completed, and it has a goal set for myself for the next 10 years of things that I want to accomplish. And one of the things that I want to accomplish is being a filmmaker. I love movies. I love film. I love storytelling. And right now I am working to rediscipline myself in writing, discipline myself in understanding film. And the only way to do it is to get out there. And I know we have coming up this month, August, we'll be doing a panel at Imbion Con. But one of the things I do want to talk about is, like, to whoever's listening, is the approach of where we're at with Sketchfed, and that it's about you putting your foot forward and going out there and just doing it. And I've always been a person that's like, I want to practice what I preach. Something that I learned during this whole time with COVID is that with refreshing myself with, how to shoot photography, how to do video, the ways of writing, watching movies, revisiting movies, is really just doing it. Just doing it. Like, going out there and doing it. Like, I'm going to make mistakes in the beginning. I have equipment, and it's not the stuff that, like, I went out and bought, but it's just stuff I've been blessed to have, and I just want to do it. And either I'm going to have fans, or, I'm not even doing it for fans. I'm doing it because I want to see myself just be creative, put stuff out there, and see what the feedback is. Make mistakes. I don't really care about hey, this is a perfect video, or this has been done great. It's more of, I want to make mistakes, and I want to continue to create and grow from there. There's a lot of YouTube channels that I watch that have been very motivating. There's a lot of podcasters. There's a lot of motivators, and I've just gotten to a point where it's like, what do I have to lose? What do any of us have to lose? I mean, if you're going to go out there and do something, I think we all have dreams that end up getting closeted. I think we all put our priorities into jobs that we it just become mundane, and it's a job and it's not the career that we want, or we put investment into people who don't really invest back into us. But how much do we put into ourselves? So I've been writing. You saw I think you got to read 2 versions or 3 versions of the script. Right now I'm working on the fourth version on it, and hopefully before next month it will be ready for us to do a sit down read, and we'll be good to go from there.
I personally am excited because this is different from what we're used to. This is literally a short film, right? And it's something that we can hopefully grow into more. But for me, because I'm gonna reveal this now. You've tasked me with being the director, and the last time I've directed anything was in college. So to do this is a great honor because that means you want me to help you with your vision. And I think that's what Sketchfed is for us as a company. That's what Sketchfed is all about. Creating opportunities, being creative in general, right? Doing something different, doing different from the norm, as we always say in Geektopians, right? And things like that. And obviously, giving the opportunity with Geektopians and Quicketopians, as well as the podcast that we have. We had the Watery Anime Girls, right, who turned into Watery Action Girls. We gave them the opportunity to grow, with that. And for us in G4G, we've been going on many years just doing this.
Well, I mean,
right? And now, we're I consider it an evolution.
Well, so
right?
One of the things, and I have to say this, this is not a Sketchfed project. This is, I'm going to be using Sketchfed to showcase it, but it's not a Sketchfed project. This is a me wanting to kind of be a solo, but at the same time say, okay, this is the direction that I want to take Sketchfed in. And I only say it in that sense because I think that before I put all this weight on Sketchfed plate, I need to see how does this play out from an artist level, and then how do I carry this into the Sketchfed brand. So one question that I got asked was, are you sharing this with everybody? And I said, no, I'm not sharing it with everybody because this is more of me being creative at this moment. And then when I feel like it's ready to go, I will then bring it to the table in order to get a different source of feedback. And I know that's weird because it's kind of like, are you doing this for Sketchfed? Are you doing this for yourself? Like, why are you separating the two business-wise? And it's more like, I'm not separating. I think as an artist, I'm always going to want to create things separately. If I get the opportunity to then collaborate, and I guess in a sense I'm collaborating with my own brand, then it's more like, okay, let me work on something, then bring it to the table, and then in bringing it to the table when it's been fleshed out, get that second view and opinion, get that those second conversations, see who wants to jump on board, be it if it's, Jesse, Hannibal, Jeff,
Sylvia.
Thank you. It's first of all, like I said, I've been completely in my head and just reading, so forgive me if I'm just forgetting, but
don't forget Carla because we're
so.
Carla.
Well, I mean, I do want to keep the crew very small because once again, it's going to be asking a lot. I think the film time for the short that I'm looking at filming is maybe a 2-day film. So the next thing is probably about location, finding the correct location, making sure we have the correct lighting, understanding camera angles. I'm wondering if I should be doing a storyboard to kind of help Hannibal, who I would love to have him film or, with me assisting. There's been talks of me acting the role or acting in it. And I still don't know about that. I don't think I'm the best. I think from a visual standpoint, it'd be better if, I step out,
So the way I see about this, and the reason why I would say you, right, is like you said, this is a passion project for you. This is something that you want to do creatively because at the end of the day, you're a creator first and foremost. You're an independent creator.
Am I a creator?
Okay?
Am I?
You're creating this, aren't you?
I guess.
And you've created your own comic strips, have you not?
I've tried.
Anyway, point is that as a creator, you understand this is a true passion project. So I would consider this a pilot, if you will.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a pilot. So as a pilot, right, the person who's invested the most time should be the one to showcase it and highlighted it both off and on screen.
You know, it's very weird to hear that word passion project because I keep avoiding that terminology, passion project, because it's like, once again, I think I don't feel like I'm there yet to say that I've created something that's a passion project. I think my overall goal, and I will be honest, is to see a live action or a live version of the things I don't talk about, where I go a little bit deeper into that world and we play around with VFX and camera angles and character development and build the story. So yeah, this is, like you said, to me, it's not a passion project. It's a jumping off point and it's a start.
Either way, I think it's a good idea. I think growing is always a good idea. Me personally, I want to grow too. But, you know, I've been stuck in my own personal type of rut, right? Being in this apartment has actually helped out a lot, you know, because now I'm actually opened up and have more freedom to have what I said last time, you know, that moment of zen and relaxation.
And orgies.
You know, when we were talking about working.
And orgies.
Right?
Lots of orgies.
Have not had any of that stuff yet.
Lots of orgies.
Have not had any of that.
Like Greek and Roman orgies. Like that scene in Matrix 3 where they all have that party underground type orgies.
No.
Yeah. And if there are any kids listening to this, just know that orgies is the definition is a group of people who don't social distance. Who clearly don't social distance. But there's a lot of
on that note.
But there's a lot of consent. A lot of consent.
You know that reminded me of
what?
Doom Patrol.
Another.
There was a recent episode of Doom Patrol, which I won't talk about here, right? That just reminded me of that because that's how crazy and wonderful that show is.
Oh. Speaking about that, I've been watching a lot of movies. Oh God, people see that when you're working from home, you have no control over what's happening in the background. None.
That is very true. My cat has walked by me like 3-4 times already. My hand is out, just trying to make sure she doesn't jump on me.
Oh wow! See, you can't keep that. See, I can't even say it without wanting to bleep.
Don't say it.
So I'm not. I think I said a lot so far. Been watching a lot of movies. One of the exercises I've been doing is I will watch a movie and I will pause and stop it at every scene. So, for example, I watched recently The Karate Kid, 1 through 3, since it was available on Netflix. Because the nostalgia, but I wanted to really look at the writing. And so I'll watch a movie and I will have a pen and paper and I'll say exterior, interior, just to get in the habit of identifying how a character comes into scene, whether the action notes are the action parts of the description in the context. Today I ended up watching...
Have you downloaded the movie script?
So I've been doing that too. So what I would do is I will first watch the movie and do my own interpretation of it. And then I will do the script later to go back and see like the differences. And also reading scripts definitely helps when you're trying to write and you're trying to get an idea of the formatting of a script. As far as like character development, especially with the stuff that I'm writing, because I have a very bizarre way of writing and trying to create characters where it's the same person just through different personas on screen and trying to get that in a camera angle way and VFX and like it really does come in handy, like watching movies. And I think, and I'm going to say this. So one of my biggest fears, and I was talking to my roommate about this, was, I want to get into filmmaking. Where do you start? And I think my advice, if I can give advice as I go along, because I think that's the best way, is to watch movies and write at the same time. Watch movies that fit into an idea of what kind of genre you're into, but also watch movies to understand like how to do a one take. Think about the one take when something is shot in one take and it's a very fluent take, or how do transitions work. I was watching Back to the Future today, and I was really like questioning the idea of like plot twist versus foreshadowing. And I think that's very interesting. Like, so yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're all about growth. As the theme of the day, growth and pettiness.
Growth and petty. First of all, I'm not petty. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Yeah, you definitely are petty. It's like you're always trying to take the light from me in everything that we do. All right.
I don't know about all that now.
Yeah.
Because I shine bright like a diamond.
Like, I feel like once this film, I keep calling it a film short because I think a short film is much longer, where this is more of a short, because even page-wise, it's like 8 pages. It's probably less than a 10-minute film, 10 to 15-minute film. So for me, I feel like it's a film short. Yeah, probably like 10, between maybe 5 to 10 minutes, maybe.
It's a music video.
I feel like you're going to like get the final cut and then like put like directed, written, and produced by Sean-Luc, and I'll be like, what the fuck? And then
I would not do that.
Then you'll be like,
I would not do
that. Actor Sean-Luc, co-director Sean-Luc, grip, producer, right, like everything is like Sean-Luc, and then you throw Hannibal.
Oh, so you want me to do the Zack Snyder cut?
The Zack Snyder. We can do that. Like, I'll give you like the extra footage, and then I do want that. I want to make sure like while we're filming that somebody's also filming us.
Yeah.
As we're filming.
I mean, that would be a good thing, like, because we have multiple cameras.
Yeah.
We have multiple cameras.
Well,
to use.
Yeah. The primary camera that we will be shooting with at this point will be the black.
Wait, stop.
What?
Hashtag free plug.
Is it? Will be the Blackmagic Cinema Pocket 4K with I'm right now I want to shoot everything in 24 millimeters. So we'll be using Rokinon cinema lenses. But I think it's going to be between a 24 and a 50 millimeter to balance out like close-up shots. But yeah, so I'm very excited, and I'm hoping that we settle on a location, whether if it's an outside location or an indoor location, and we work on there. So Geektopians, if you have more questions, just look out. And I'm probably going to start a separate channel, which is just like, hey, this is me becoming a filmmaker or working to be a filmmaker, so you can follow me there. I haven't given it a name, and I'm just... You
don't want to do like a vlog or something?
Yeah, it kind of will be like a vlog, and I will talk I will talk about like the camera equipment that I'm using, and I will probably butcher the camera equipment information as I get used to talking about. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. So
get yourself out there. That's a good thing.
I know, but isn't that the message? Like, really, if you're going to start something, start somewhere. And I think right now I want to give that information back to people. Like, hey, don't be afraid to start somewhere. I mean, right now with, once again, COVID happening, I think this is the best time to learn. This is the best time to start a YouTube channel. This is the best time to do things. I think that you don't like TikTok. I know you don't like TikTok. I don't
even have TikTok.
I think you would do great on TikTok.
I literally downloaded Snapchat for like a day, and within the same month, I deleted it.
Because you're not a Snapchat person. You're a TikTok person.
I'm not a TikTok person.
You are a TikTok person. You just haven't realized and given in to TikTok.
Geektopians, do you think I'm a TikTok person?
Yes. We need to get you, or you and me, doing TikTok. A G for G TikTok, where we just do
G for G TikTok.
Yes.
You know that we're gonna look like old men.
That's that's what's beautiful about TikTok. There are mature adults on TikTok. There are young people on TikTok. They're followers. We need to jump on TikTok. You and me. We'll do TikToks whenever we hang out.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. I'm going to see that will be my comeback to social media. My comeback to social media will be me not going back to Facebook right away. It will be me doing TikTok. So, listen, if TikTok is going to go away anyway, we might as well just hop on it, do some TikToks
before they realize that it's the Chinese information gathering site.
China. That's how you say China. This freaking idiot says China. Why? Oh my God. Can we not? All right, I'm not. This is not.
Anyway,
this is not the P for politics.
Nope, we already did that last episode. We're not doing it this one.
Not going to do it this one. Not going to do it this one. But what I will say is, like, if you're listening to this, I like to lead by example. I'm going to be honest. One of the biggest defaults that I'm getting over is procrastination, and I think we all, in some ways, deal with procrastination. And I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to put out my stuff, and I'm going to want feedback and reviews. And if it sucks, tell me it sucks. Don't just tell me it sucks. Break it down and tell me why it sucks. Because one of the biggest pet peeves, what grind my gears is
what wings your turbines?
What wings my turbines? One of the biggest things that wings my turbines. I don't know why I like saying that. One of the biggest things that wing my turbines, and I learned this when growing up in the Whitney Museum. I was a junior docent throughout high school, which had an amazing program called Youth Insight. Was when you're talking about art or talking about any form, whether it's a comic book, a painting, whatever. When you receive feedback of somebody saying they like something, but they don't tell you why they like it, when they tell you it's okay, that's not feedback. Telling me I like it, that's not feedback. Breaking it down in details, saying, I think this is out of place, the color, giving your feedback is actually giving feedback. Telling me you like something or you dislike something is no different than hitting the like and dislike button, and that doesn't really help anybody grow. True growth comes from feedback. So even with writing, like right now, I'm very selective on like who I let see the script, because I'm not going to friends. I'm actually going to people who are very creative in their own right. They're very, they write, they edit, they teach. They can give me pointers. Either they've worked on writing scripts in the past, or they've worked on, somewhere along the lines of like understanding movies and understanding films and getting true feedback. Anybody that tells you that they like your stuff is not a person that you want a part of your core followers. Like that, to me, that's like getting like starting a YouTube channel and you post it on Facebook, and you get like your friends and you get like 50 subs from your friends. That doesn't mean that they're going to follow you. It just means that you got 50 subs from people on your Facebook.
I agree with that. Support is support. You understand?
Oh, no.
They support you. Mm-hmm. You understand? They're going to support you in any way they can, even if it's something small like, subscribing to your channel or whatever it is.
So thank you for calling that out, because I'm not trying to shit on support. What I'm trying to say is one aspect to putting out your content, and I guess we'll end up talking about this during the panels, is one, have fun in what you create. Two, understanding what you create, there has to be work. Whether if you're setting up a microphone, you're choosing a time that you're going to record, you're editing, you're cleaning the audio, you have to understand that work is a part of the fun. This conversation to me is fun. This is something that's energetic. It's us talking. But it's still work. Because you're showing up to do it. You're showing up to put your personality out there. But in part to that, a part of that work is also networking.
Right. But we have to go out there and promote and do all that stuff.
And let's look at Geektopians, right? When we go to cons and we're filming Quickotopians while we're at cons, unlike virtual cons, when we're in a public space with living things.
Anyway, keep going, which we cannot do now anyway.
So we focus on networking. And I think one of the things that comes from networking, and I think networking doesn't just stop with word of mouth. It comes from applications like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, anything that's a platform. Like, you have to break past your own insecurities, your own, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and realize what are the benefits of this. The benefits of me doing this is networking and putting myself out there and my content out there. Now, I don't mean like, hey, get the clout. Because why is it when people say get the clout, it sounds like get an STD. Get the clout. Or is that the old man?
That's a whole other conversation.
I got the clout. Or do you get the clout? Or you clout chase?
I'm not a clout chaser.
You clout chaser. You know, we know clout chaser. You know, we know clout.
We do.
But it's about networking, and you know, like in all fun and games. Like I do want to do a TikTok because I feel like it's about, even if you get that 1, that 2, that 10, that 20, you know, that 100, it's still the fact that you know, and you're trying to build your brand, you're trying to build your business, but you are a part of your business, you're a part of your brand, you're the face of what you put out there, and people want to know, people want to be entertained, but people also want to know, like, hey, you're as human as I am, you know? So that's kind of my goals going forward, is like to start showing people what I'm capable of doing, but actually putting myself out there more. And once again, if I have hiccups and I make mistakes, you know, it's not about money, even though at some point, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I wanna make, but right now it's about me just doing and putting out there. This is a long episode. Yeah, it's just me talking. Why are you letting me talking? Hannibal never lets me talk.
Well, the thing is that this is a highlight for you. Like last one was more of a highlight for me when I was talking about my job and everything like that. This is a highlight for you. Is it a highlight? Charlie Radio.
I know I have like some level of mental issues, but we ain't gotta.
This ain't got nothing to do with no mental issue.
This doesn't have to be a therapy session.
This has to do with you showing off your creative side.
Yeah. So, but all right. So the last thing I will say is, so someone that I encountered within the past year, because I'm very motivated by people. When I meet people who I realize that to me, they have tendencies to talk the talk, but they never walk the walk. It becomes like gasoline, or it's like my candle gets relit, and I'm very motivated by these people because as I'm already on my journey to create, when I see that there are people who have ideas and beliefs, but they don't go the distance because they have their own doubts or they don't know the direction, or I say to myself, you know what, I'm going to do this to show you that it's something you can do. Now, there's going to be hiccups. There's going to be nights that I don't get sleep. There's going to be days that I worry when I'm editing our content and stuff like that, where I'm like, the audio is bad. But to me, there's a growth from that. And in the end of the day, when people say, hey, what did you do? I'm like, I did this. This is what I did. This is what I worked with people, or I asked people to work with me to put out there.
Yeah. So it's also a great pickup line for the ladies.
Yeah, that you see how that went over my head. Yeah, that was perfect timing, because that was like, I don't think in the history of ever pickup, like somebody goes up to the opposite sex and like, hey, I'm an artist, sleep with me. That's so chauvinist.
I don't think it goes like that. It's just good.
I've never been on Tinder and been like, hey.
Like, listen, hey, how you doing? You know, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a producer, director, and also a creator.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein.
Products.
Harvey Weinstein is what you mean.
Okay, first of all,
casting.
You're not raping the girls.
We don't do that here. Oh, you talking casting couches?
Yes.
No, we don't do that here either.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Can you stop? All right, yeah, because, yeah.
Who said they were part of Sketchfed, though?
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Charlie Radio Williams.
This is Sean-Luc,
who hasn't been locked up yet. And as always, we do have plugs.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you wanna do a plug? So
I'll plug right now. If you go to sketchfedstudios.com, we have a Sketchfed Weird link. Where you can buy, I think we have 8 shirts that are currently up with Teespring that if you want to support us and support what we do, definitely check that out. As well as,
are you going to be showing like pictures?
I will.
Like
I will.
Okay.
If they link, well, it should be on the screen right here, right?
Hopefully.
Right here. It should be, which they can't see me doing this if it's on screen.
Great.
But I will be also linking that in the bio, because this is going to be both on YouTube, and this is going to also go up on iTunes, Facebook, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher.
You know, we are still a podcast.
Yes, we are still a podcast. And they don't see it here, but there will be music added at the beginning and end of all of this. Yeah. So once again, I miss Hannibal.
I know. Hannibal handles all this stuff.
Yeah, we need his personality around. Yeah. So, okay, your plug.
Once again, you talked about it earlier, but I want to make it official. Once again, August 22nd, MBOnCon is going virtual. Mm-hmm. And we have a podcast panel with Catch the Craze and Adrian Has Issues. Yeah. Please make sure, check it out. We'll give you the exact time and date soon. Mm-hmm. Right? Until then, just keep on listening.
Yeah. And I already did the outro, but I guess so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, stay geek. Sean hates that. Stay geek, and we are out of here.
The G is for Geek podcast with Charlie Radio Williams and Sean-Luc is a presentation of Sketchfed Studios, produced by Charlie Williams and edited by Hannibal Darby. To find more episodes of the G is for Geek podcast, make sure you check them out at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and wherever else your podcast needs. If you need to hear Charlie Radio Williams and Sean-Luc shoot the shit on any of your topics or questions, please send a tweet to the two geeks on Twitter, or you can send a message on Instagram for the Geektopians. For web series, podcasts, blogs, and more, please make sure to head over to sketchfedstudios.com. And as always, stay geeky, stay you.